Hi, friends. It's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom for your weekly message from Spirit for the week of November 8th through the 14th of 2021. I am using the Tarot deck by Barbara Moore, and for the Oracle card that you get to pick, I am using the Medicine cards by Jaime Sands. It's been a very long time since I got my hands on these. I don't know why I was being pulled to them, but the medicine cards are all animals, and the medicine that and the message and the medicine that the animal has for you. So, what I'd like you to do as you try to choose, using your intuition, choose card A, B, or C, I'd like you to ask Spirit which animal and their medicine do I need for this week? All right. Try that and then pick card A, B, or C, whichever you think you're drawn to, and there will be a message for you. And we will do that after the tarot reading. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you again for all the wonderful support that you give. I um I love it when people comment, when they share, they like, they subscribe. And the other thing that I do want to mention is that I have a website, which I will link below. And I have a Facebook page, but at the website, you can book a personal reading with me if that's something you are drawn to do. I what I do is I can do a remote reading with you over Zoom, or if you are in Nebraska, I am in a an office space in the Emerald Healing Arts and Apothecary business twice a week. So, if you're interested in a live in-person opportunity with me, we can do that as well. So, it's on my website. There's booking and a listing of different services. My reading that is most popular is 30 minutes, but we can go longer. And it's about looking at an aspect of your life that you want some insight on from your spirit guides, your guardian angels, and your ancestors. So, anyway, see what you would see if you're interested in that. Let's get to the message of the week. Without further ado, four cards came out, and the first card that came out was the Hermit. And what I'm getting from this, or what I got from this, is I go to where I'm pulled and focused, and for some reason, I am pulled to this guy's foot. And I noticed there's a bandage. There's like wrapped up in rags, and it's like it's bandage. Like the Hermit card is all about following the light and a deeper journey internally, seeking answers, seeking oneself, seeking the entry to the deeper consciousness, understanding oneself and one's place in the world, and accepting and transmuting and transforming and becoming part of Spirit's plan. The journey is sometimes rocky, and we get hurt along the way. That's why I was drawn to his foot. It's like he's traveled a long way. He must have blisters on his feet, and those might be metaphorical. We're talking, but if he was truly going long distances, it would hurt after a while. And sometimes you step in holes, or you fall down, or you trip over rocks, things like that. And I just feel like this is a metaphor of the journey we've been on. It's been long. It's been tiring. I what I'm getting what I'm getting right now is the journey we have come through of the darkness in the last year to a year and a half. I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm not actually going to say the word um, um, because I don't I don't want YouTube to knock me about for saying a word, certain word, but that was a darkness and it forced us to stay home, work remotely, or um, stop a lot of things where we didn't have the distractions and we had to really go in and seek. So I feel like we're coming out of that, but we need to remember this journey and all the bumps along the road of the journey and what we learned and the light that we followed and what we gained from that. The second card, I feel I feel like this is recognition of the past, by the way, because this card for me felt very present moment. And it's because I was drawn to the pumpkins. You know, you look at these young women dancing and they've got flowers in their hair like it's supposed to be spring, but it's not spring. There's pumpkins. It's right now. So it's either we're celebrating what we have learned, um, and the other thing about this, I very much got, we've learned something about the connections we need with others because there's more than one person on this card. And it's the relationships that we have and the connections that we make. We got really tired of being alone. We missed even the people we work with, missed maybe being in the environment of our workspace where we bump into people in the hall and we have brief chats with them. We miss people. We need each other. We need each other. So I felt like this, what was coming off this card for me was this is the moment. This is right now. And something about this time where we have to recognize that we need each other. The next card that came out was the Four of Pentacles. Now, four is a great number. Four is stability. Four is the foundation. The thing about this card, though, and this is why I pulled a fourth card, is because I wanted to get a sense of this is often holding on to something like hoarding. Like there's an element. Look at his face. That's what I was drawn to, really, his face. There's an element of fear and anger here, too. It's like, I've got to hold on to what is mine. I can't share it. You know, it's all for me. It's a me card. I get really I'm not getting a good feeling off of this card. So I thought, what is this about? Is there a money issue that's going to come up this week for us? Um, is this a moment where we see someone's selfishness? Or is it a moment where we recognize our own selfishness? What is this about? Um, those are the questions that came up in my mind with this card. And I was really drawn to his face. And look at that face. Not a not a happy camper. Even when he's holding on to all that he has, he's still not happy. Hmm, interesting. Think about that. Think about it. So I had to pull another card. I asked Spirit, we can't stop here. We can't stop here with this angry guy. What else, Spirit? This is what came out. Now it's the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Coins, which is very much an interesting opposition to this card. This card is selfish and hoarding. This is about the abundance of a family, multi-generational. And I feel like they are happy, they're secure, but at the same time, there is the sharing. There is uh, people are smiling, people seem happy, and so maybe it is how we think of money and how we need to. Um, I think we need to think about our perceptions of money. And maybe something comes up this week where we do. Are we selfish? Do we share? Do we use our resources for the future? See, look, there's a child here. We hand down the legacy to the next generation. Some interesting things to think about. It's not really a cohesive story. We're still learning, and I think this is another part of the learning. We've gone through a journey and learned quite a bit, and it's been rough. We've learned something about needing other people in our lives. And maybe what we need to also learn is, what do we do with the abundance that we get? Do we hoard it? Do we share it? Interesting. Okay. So take whatever in that message, take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Okay, so are you ready for your individual message from the medicine cards? For those of you who picked A, you need the medicine of the moose. Now, the moose, if you've never seen one, I have seen one. I'm originally was born and raised in the northeastern part of the United States. I have seen a few moose, and they are very tall with spindly legs, huge body. You don't want to run into one with your car because they'll fall over. They're actually, they can kill because you only hit their legs and then their body comes in at you. Don't know why I needed to tell you that, but that's the stuff was going through my head. They are tall and big and very heavy. They have a great deal of strength. The medicine message that came with the moose was about one's self esteem. Despite having the spindly legs, this is a powerful animal. And his bellow or call for his mate is about being proud of who he is, who this moose is, and calling in love and pride for his mate. Um, he's not afraid to tell the world he's in love. He's not afraid to tell the world he's a wonderful beast. He has joy and pride. So this is about. He also carries great deal of wisdom. So think about what is the joy in your life? What is it that you feel great about? And what do you need to share and recognize the wisdom in yourself and recognize what you've accomplished with joy and pride. So that's the medicine that you need to think about this week. Is you have a reason to feel good about something, share it, share that accomplishment, and um, don't be, know that you're sharing joy. Because I know some people, pridefulness, be proud of yourself and share the joy. Okay, for those of you who picked B, your medicine comes from the swan. The swan is very graceful in gliding across the lake. This is about learning to have grace, to surrender one's self to Great Spirit's plan, and trusting that the universe and Great Spirit has a plan for you, and for really for each of us. um so be one with your consciousness, with the creator. um accept the transformation that is coming in your life, and go with the flow. Flow across the river or the lake or the pond, wherever it is that the swan swims. Glide across that. Okay? Pay attention to your intuition as well. And for those of you who pick C, you got a very interesting animal and message that comes with this, and that is the medicine of the mouse. And in a word, this is about scrutiny. Scrutinize the situation and take action. So it is good medicine to pay attention to detail. It is bad medicine, as the book said, to chew every little thing to pieces, to become a nitpicker. That that's what a mouse does. It chews its way through all kinds of things. But a mouse has powerful medicine because it is food to many predatory enemies. So it has a great sense of danger. So you may need to be tapped in and be aware this week, and scrutinize things so that you avoid, and make sure you get the details, but you avoid some sort of pitfall or or perhaps danger to you. So the mouse medicine comes to you this week so that you look at things carefully. Just don't overanalyze, like chew it to death. So if you've got something, some sort of decision that you had to make, or some sort of choice that you have to make, this is a good one, the medicine of the mouse, to scrutinize what it is that you are trying to do. So those are the messages that I have for you. I hope you found that interesting and helpful, and I wish you many blessings this week. Please comment below, contact me if you want a reading, and have a very blessed week. Thank you.